Hi, welcome back to I Confess with Travis. I'm your host, Travis Bartlett. And today I'm going to be talking to a guy who's going to be talking about random stories about drugs, being high, and other stuff. So, let me go ahead and take my first call. Alright, so how you doing?
I'm good.
So, I hear you got a story you want to tell.
Yeah. Today I talked to my friend that just got out of jail.
Okay.
I don't remember. But he was doing not great, but he's out of jail.
Was it like he was doing drugs or hanging around the wrong crowd or something?
He's been on like heroin and cocaine and stuff for a long time.
Okay.
Um and then his girlfriend and him broke up like right before he went to jail because like she was cheating on him and now she's pregnant.
With another guy's baby?
Yeah.
Wow. That's one way to cheat.
And I don't know. I feel really bad for the child. The parents are on drugs. She was doing heroin last time I saw her. So that's yeah. I don't know how to finish the story.
See, I had a friend who, well, two people. They were actually together. They basically lost custody to their child, for their kids. What happened was, I really don't know the whole story, but yeah. But the dad, on the other hand, is trying to get the kids back from foster care.
My brother has like 3 kids, I think now.
Mm-hmm.
Or I don't think he has custody of like, I think 2 of them. I don't know, 1 or 2 of them. My sister has custody of them because drugs, I think.
Mm-hmm. I always end up saying, like, I don't want to make this sound kind of dumb and stupid, but just kind of hear me out. It's like when when you're like on drugs, drinking, and then it ends up leading to sex, and then it's like the next day you got like a child, But then they just don't remember because, they're high and drunk on this stuff.
Uh-huh.
And then it's like I say, you don't even, like, you won't remember. So it's like the baby could be made a mistake and wouldn't even know it.
Yeah. Drugs. I'm a little bit high.
Okay.
And then I read a book and drank coffee.
I remember the first book well, technically I didn't read it. It was an audiobook. I don't know if you've ever used to watch iCarly or whatever.
Yeah.
But Jeanette McCurdy wrote a book that says, "I'm glad my mom died," or "mother died," or whatever.
Oh, isn't that like the girl, like they forced her to do it or something?
Mm-hmm. She wrote a book and exposed Nickelodeon. And it talked about how she was abused by her mother and she was sexually assaulted by TV producers.
Oh, what's that one dude's name?
Dan Schneider?
Yeah.
He's a pedophile. And then I didn't know if you saw the documentary. It's on Max. It's called Quiet on Set: The Dark Side of Kids TV. And it basically talks about these people are like exposing Nickelodeon. They're like exposing them, just saying like this is what they made, these kids do at a young age, like they'll turning like dirty jokes into clean jokes in a kid's show. Like, for example, like, have you ever heard of a cum shot? Like, when it comes to sex and stuff, what they did, I don't know if you saw, but there was a scene in Zoe 101 where Nicole was trying to peel off whatever this gooey candy was, and she accidentally squirted it, and they had a syringe behind the scene that was squirting into Zoe's face to make it look like cum that got all over her face. And then they said that they did this one episode on the Amanda Show where they were doing this thing called the literals or something like that. And they said there was a scene where they wanted her to spit in someone's face. I was like, that's disgusting. You're basically putting dirty stuff on a kid's show. But then as you get older, you realize what all this stuff means. But when you're a kid, you don't know.
Yeah.
And I remember this one episode on SpongeBob that they actually banned off the air. I don't know if you remember it. I don't know the exact title for that episode, but it was the one where they were trying to make Mr. Krabs a man, and they decided to go ahead and have him go and panty raid at his mother's house.
Yeah.
They banned that episode because they said every single person was going panty raid.
When I was younger, I was not, I think I started when I was like 9-ish. I was like, a lot of people in my family were like drug addicts too and stuff. So when my brother came to stay with me, like, I don't know, I wanted to try it because like that's what all my family done. And I started smoking. He let me smoke like cigarettes with him a lot, but he wouldn't let me smoke his weed as much because he had to pay a lot more for it.
Well, that's
But
true.
I would like hit off his bong and stuff when he was smoking. So I started doing it a lot because I had like selective mutism and shit, and it helped a lot with my anxiety. So I just kept doing that, and then when I was like, I think 12, I started drinking lean a lot. And then I had like, I couldn't sleep. I wouldn't really say insomnia, but I just like couldn't ever sleep. So my parents got me like sleeping medications and shit. And I started like taking a lot of those. And then they like wouldn't get me anymore because I went through 2 packs in like a week.
Oh, wow.
So they wouldn't get me anymore. So then my mom had like, it was like a small surgery or something. I took like pain medication and I took all of it, and then I just like went through our entire like medicine thing and took all of them.
Oh, wow.
And then I ran out and I had to either, like, I was buying some from a dude in my old school, and then I was also taking them from like an old lady. And I'm like kind of clean now. I get high from weed and I drink a lot, but I guess that's better. I don't think I realized it was that bad until like I had to go to the hospital because suicidal thing. And then like after that, when I got out, like a few weeks later, I had seizures, drugs, and then I had to go to like therapy and stuff. They put me in therapy because of the suicidal thing. And I think when I realized it was bad is when like I just got out of my therapy session and I went to the bathroom in like the back of the building, and then I was like snorting lines in the bathroom and taking pills with like the sink water and shit. And then I looked at myself in the mirror, and I think that's when I realized it was bad because I was like shaking trying to wait until it was over.
I remember when I was growing up, and every time I drank too much, I would always go hug a toilet. Literally had to go puke in a toilet. And then I would stay the night in the bathroom.
I don't know if it was from my seizures or from the drugs, because I took, like, it was mostly pills. I took, like, a bunch of opioids.
Oh.
And like I couldn't sleep that night. I didn't really feel that high either.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if my immune system was like not my tolerance. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that's the word. If that was like high, or I don't know. And, and then in the morning, my mom didn't have work, so I was watching TV with my mom.
Mm-hmm.
She said that I was talking to her, and I was like, fine. And then, like, she looked at the TV and then heard me, like, making noises. And when she looked at me, I was like, my eyes were, like, already rolled back, and I was, like, having a seizure in the chair.
Mm-hmm.
She had to pull me out of the chair and, like, lay me on my side because I was puking and call an ambulance and stuff. But then, like, that whole night and like the next day I was puking, so
See, I remember I mean, most of the time all I did was smoke weed and just get stoned every day. I would be like, okay, I don't want to make this sound dumb, but I felt like a stoner hippie kind of way. Like you're basically stoned, but then you're also a hippie. But then you get to where you're like believing in like just stupid things, like you just believe in lies and just whatever, And a lot of people look at me and say, that's not true, right? And I'm like, what? And I'll be like, hi. And then there were like pictures of me where I'm literally like, have a marijuana cigarette in my hand and I'm literally knocked out like a light. And I'm literally like sitting in a chair, heads all the way down. And then they're like looking at me like, is this guy okay? I would fall asleep stoned.
have you ever had salvia?
Mm-mm.
You know what I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm.
Have you done nitrous?
No. I mean, I've had nitrous in me at the dentist, but I've never gotten high from it. The first thing I've done is that when I went to my first college party at 16, I did heroin one time and then coke, and then that was about it. But most of the time, all I did was smoke weed.
I don't know. I did nitrous a lot. I still do, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And every time I do it, I feel like I'm not me anymore, and I'm
Mm-hmm.
like a different person that's
Mm-hmm.
controlled. I feel like I'm a, I feel like I'm like God, and I'm controlling my character. Like I'm not me. Like
Mm-hmm.
like here.
Right. Like you're a totally different person than for what you really are.
Yeah,
So it's like you could probably think like, oh, I'm just this normal guy, but then you start doing drugs and then it's like I'm a totally different person.
yeah.
And you don't and then it's like then it gets to where like I mean, I don't want to make this sound dumb, but it makes it feel like you don't have a brain in your head when you're on drugs and drinking and stuff.
Oh, I feel like I've done it so much that like person is just me now.
Mhm.
But even when I'm not high anymore, I feel like I'm not me anymore. I feel like I feel like I have two personalities.
Mhm.
Does that even make sense?
Oh yeah, because I used to do that too.
Bro, I smoked salvia on like the way home with my friend, and I smoked it like a regular blunt,
Mm.
and I was fine. And then it just like I just like left my body. I was in like this whole different world. I don't fucking
Mhm.
know.
Well, anyway, I guess I'll go ahead and let you go. Thank you so
Okay.
much for telling me your story.
Thanks.
All right, bye.
Bye.
I would like to apologize about my dogs barking in the background. The truth is, I'm still trying to find me a place to stay, trying to find me an apartment or something so I can actually have some peace and quiet. Maybe I could talk about that in one of my next episodes. Me trying to find a house and trying to actually have peace and quiet. Anyway, I'm not sure how this story went. I mean, I understand that the guy is high. And I understand that, when you're high, you're going to start telling crazy, insane stories. But, you know, it's crazy when you're high and you want to start telling, like, random stories here and there. But whatever you guys do, if you ever want to start smoking or drinking and drugging, don't do it. It's not pretty. And all I can say is you got to be careful what you do and say, because sometimes it might lead you into a lot of trouble. But that's all I can say. I really don't know. This story was kind of weird. It was kind of, whatever. But all I can say is just don't do anything that's going to mess up your entire life. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and take a break, and I will be right back to take my second call. Welcome back. And today I'm going to be talking to a guy where, let's just say, this is going to be kind of a weird story. I don't know how weird it's going to get, so let's see how this story goes. And yeah. So let me go ahead and take my second call. All right, so how you doing?
I am doing pretty bad, to be honest with you. How about you?
I'm doing good. So tell me your story. What's wrong?
So it all started when I was a few, like 2 or 3 years old, and I hopped on a bike for the first time. And I can't ride a bike. I crashed into a curb again and again and again. I never was able to master the no training wheels bike, and it's just. And then I became a little I had a brain injury from football.
Oh.
It's been tough, but life's good. I got my ears pierced. I got my belly button pierced. My clit as well. And I've just experienced a change of heart. Okay, I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
Do you have any questions you'd like to ask me to speed things up?
I mean, all I can say is, like, I'm really sorry that
I
you're going
appreciate
through
it.
all that.
Someday I'll learn to ride a
Yeah.
bike because I want to learn so bad.
Well, see, all you have to do is what I do is that you just gotta learn from your mistakes. Like,
I've made many.
let's say if you're a drug addict or an alcoholic, you just gotta learn from, let's say, like,
So
bad
I'm just gonna
things.
ask. So being a drug addict is the same as not learning to ride a bike? I'm just.
No. I'm not calling you that. I'm just saying, like, let's
Oh,
say if you
I thought you were
were
saying I was a drug
one,
addict.
and then let's say,
Okay.
like, you made multiple mistakes, you just gotta learn,
Can you ride a bike?
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's
Even
been
you
a
can ride a
minute, but
bike.
yeah.
Oh God.
It's been a minute, but yeah.
Even you can ride a bike. God. I just want some playa. I'll learn.
Yeah. You just gotta learn,
I have a PC.
Mm-hmm.
I love that so much. I play Fortnite.
Mm-hmm.
I crank 90s. It's my life.
Okay.
I live, sleep, and breathe Fortnite.
Okay.
Do you want to play Fortnite with me?
I don't know how to play Fortnite. I mean, I tried, but I ended up killing myself in 30 seconds.
Oh.
I don't know how I did that.
We would not be a good fit then.
Yeah, I know. I'm not.
I take it very seriously. It's my life goes sex, Fortnite, food.
Sex and food I can deal with. But video games aren't really my thing.
You're married? Oh.
No. I'm not married.
Oh, you're hitting on me.
No.
Oh.
I wish I was married, but no,
Why
I'm
aren't
not
you?
gay. I'm not gay.
Oh.
I'm straight.
Oh. 100%?
Yeah.
Oh. So who's the lucky lady?
Well, I'm trying to find one.
But so when's the last time you went on like a date or anything?
Let's see here. Right now, I've been kind of focusing on myself, so it's
What do you think you need to work on?
Well, like, I'm not okay. I don't want to make this sound dumb because I know
It's okay.
because
We're all dumb.
because like every time I say something, a lot of people think it's dumb and stupid.
No.
But the reason why I'm working on myself is because, I want to like get to know me more. I would like to maybe get a better reputation, a better life.
You
And
have a bad reputation?
yeah, I did. I used to get into some drugs and alcohol at the time.
I'm glad you
And then I
still
used
do
to
that.
play with Satan a lot. But I
What is
never sold my soul, but I used to play with Satan a lot.
what does that mean?
Like instead of like, let's say, selling your soul to Satan, you're basically like acting out, doing stuff
Oh,
that
like
Satan
saying like
wants you
bad
to
words,
do, like making like Satan wants you to do bad things.
like saying bad words. Yeah.
Well, I wouldn't say, well, bad words is basically everywhere. It's
You
more
dumb,
like, let's
stupid
say,
biscuit.
like
Yeah.
it's more like, let's say, getting arrested or running from the cops, doing
Did you run?
drugs,
Did you run from the cops?
Um, no, not really.
Oh, okay. I ran from them once.
Hmm.
Yeah, I'll tell you that story for your podcast if you'd like to include it.
Yeah.
So me and my friends, his name is Sloths.
Mm-hmm.
Me and him, he's a pro Fortnite player. If you didn't know,
Mm-hmm.
we were walking around and we saw an abandoned house, and we're like, "Oh, heavenly baskins, abandoned house!"
Mm-hmm.
So we ran over, we opened the door, and guess what we saw?
Who?
A homeless man
Oh, wow.
masturbating
Oh, God.
with a heroin needle. It was just, it was bad.
Mm.
He asked us to join him.
Oh, God, no. I would never do that.
We didn't. We nearly escaped with our lives. It was.
I would never would masturbate to someone like that.
Oh.
I mean, I understand, like, if you want to masturbate to porn is one thing, but not to, like...
That
Yeah.
crosses the line?
Yes.
I don't do it. I don't do it at all.
Mm.
It's really bad for you.
I used to do it when I was, like, 13, and then it got to the point I just said, you know what? I'm done masturbating.
Oh, you don't do it anymore?
Nah.
What about, like, special occasions?
Every once in a while I might,
Okay.
might want to do it here and there, but,
You do have a lot of women around, so it shouldn't be like...
yeah.
Why haven't you been with any lately, though? I know you said you work on yourself, but what about you to get a
Well-
little BJ, you know?
Oh, I've had some, give me BJs. I've had some blow me.
Well, that would be the same thing.
Yeah, and see, I've done where I basically have my dick on their boobs,
Oh!
Mm-hmm.
Yeah! My man!
Mhm.
Let's go!
I mean, I've done all kinds of stuff. Role playing, on the other
craziest
hand...
thing you've done?
Huh?
What's the craziest thing you've done?
Role playing.
Oh,
But I didn't quite understand it though. I mean, I understand what role playing is. It's just I didn't quite understand it because it's not really my thing.
What did you like to role play?
I was pretending like I was this, like I was this student who was a virgin, just trying to pretend. And, just trying to act like, like I've been a bad boy, and, looking for someone to like maybe rape me in the classroom closet and, just,
Oh, my.
it just didn't, I don't know. I feel like it just didn't do right.
Yeah, it crosses the line,
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
they would say things like, well, then they'll say like, oh, you've been a bad boy. We're going to have to take your clothes off. And then,
Wow.
pretend like, let's say like I was embarrassed to be in my underwear, but I'm not. Because
Are
don't get
you?
me wrong, I've been in front of women in my underwear before.
Oh, okay.
But it was just like role playing, just pretending like, oh my
Who-
God, you're going to see me in my underwear,
You were just pretending.
Yeah, like for role
Oh.
playing. It did not go so well for me.
What happened?
I feel like I might have blew it.
Like blew a load?
No, like blew
Oh.
like the whole situation, the story and stuff. I feel like I
Oh,
kind of
you-
blew it because I didn't know what I was doing.
Hey, we all make mistakes.
But even though it was kind of a first thing, I would never want to recommend it.
You wouldn't recommend it?
No, not recommend role
But
playing.
I love role playing. It's my favorite.
You want to know what gets me? Because like I'm not trying to
What-
make this sound dumb.
What gets your chicken clucked?
Right. See, I don't
Yeah.
want to make this sound dumb, but like when you hear about cosplay, like people who
Do you
dress
dress
up
up?
in characters and stuff,
Yeah.
and what it really gets me is that I didn't know that cosplay was like people dressing up as different characters, like in movies.
Oh, I do that
TV.
all the
I didn't
time.
know that.
I do it
Well,
all the time. It's my favorite.
I thought it was just something to do with like role playing and sex and stuff. And a lot of people like, no, it's not. And I'm
No,
like,
it's the whole community.
I mean, I'm not sure, like I said, I'm not trying to make it sound dumb, but it gets so confusing when I hear the word
Yeah.
cosplay, you know?
Yeah, it messes your head. Like I dress up as like a sexy cowboy sometimes.
Yeah, it would have been like weird. Like, let's say if I was to dress up, let's say as a male hooker and, and just as a, like, okay, like, let's get it on, you know?
Have you done that before?
Mm-mm.
Have you ever like been like a hooker or something?
I've never dressed up as any
Have you
character.
ever gotten like paid for sex?
Uh, no. I've
I
never
have.
been with a hooker or any,
Have you
or,
ever been like a cougar?
mm-mm.
Oh, so like younger women?
Yeah, like
They're
maybe
all they're all of age.
kind of close to my age.
Okay, good.
Like since I'm 33, I'm probably looking for someone maybe like
not
maybe
like
28, 30, kind of close to that age. Or if
so
they're
nothing
less,
under nothing under 18, right?
no. If it's under 18, no. That's considered being a predator.
Yeah, you don't want to be that.
No.
So 19's okay.
No. I would rather have someone close to my age because to me, I just feel like, I mean, I don't want to make this sound dumb, but if I'm dating someone, let's say that's 18 or 19, to me, that just sounds like I'm a predator,
Yeah,
wanting to rape
so
them.
it's
I
a
mean,
bad.
I mean, like I said, I didn't want to make it dumb, but you can
Yeah,
date someone who's like 18 and then you're like, let's say like in your
75.
30s or 40s. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, Do you have any more questions for me? I'm open. I'm an open book, really.
That's what this podcast is basically.
Well, I'm glad to be one of the first podcast guests because it's a great honor to be with talking to you right now.
Oh, thank you.
I think of you in such high regard, and
Mm-hmm.
you just seem so amazing.
Thanks. Hello? Hello? You still there? I think I might have lost him. Don't you just hate that? I understand, when things happen like, dealing with learning how to ride a bike or let's say learning how to do things. I don't know. This story was kind of, I don't even know how to explain what this story was about. Like I said, I know it sounded kind of weird. I know this story might sounded kind of off, but I mean, hey, we're here to listen to stories, right? But what did you guys think of this story? I'm going to go ahead and go. If you guys actually want to be on my podcast, please text 478-901-4445. That's 478-901-4445. And I will talk to you guys next week.